Hello everyone, Nick Shaheen here looking at Tesla. Very emotional stock, and I'm going to say some things today that'll probably going to piss off somebody on either side because it's an emotional stock. Because of that, I need to make a few disclosures. First of all, I'm not recommending anything here. I'm just sharing the levels that I see on the chart. You can cover the name. It won't matter to me. It'll be the same comments. Second of all, I traded it long. I shorted it after the spike, after the earnings into that area. And then when it fell, I went long it via credit put spreads. So I ended up with an iron condor. That's the first set. Those were winners on both sides. So I renewed the short as it rallied with another credit call spread with a tight stop. And I made the caveat that if it breaks out of that white line, 400 is in sight, and I threw the number 400, knowing that the upside is a lot more if you look at the big bowl, but that would be the round number that everybody would be looking for. And once it broke above 360, I think 361 or so, or 362 was my trigger, I can't remember, I was stopped out of my short. So overall, it wasn't a loss, but I was wrong to short it the second time. But hey, that's how trading works. You take a trade, wasn't an investment, and then you get stopped out or you book your profits. So that's the caveat on this one. Also the caveat overall, I am not bearish the markets. I'm the guy that was tweeting out, what are you guys selling? You're fighting the Fed, you're fighting the tape. We're not going to go to new lows. We're going to 3,200, and I got badgered. So this tells you what kind of mindset I'm in. I was bullish when everybody was scared, and now I'm a little scared that everybody's bullish. I think we could get higher. So far, the plan in the new year is working out according to what I forecasted through my newsletter. And this addresses just Tesla here. Okay, so I cannot explain the grab for Tesla except for a short squeeze, perhaps. I think it had 28 million shares short. So if you do the math, there's like air math I did, like 4.5 billion in losses just from that breakout from here for the shorts. So they're covering. So from here, this is not an obvious point of entry unless you have price target of 800 and you're investing in it for the long term. I don't have a problem with investing with a company that's innovating, but I do have a problem with investing with a car company that goes there. So recently, all the hoopla has not been about a car. I mean, has not been about anything but a car. You see, okay, they're producing new cars, a new factory. It's amazing how fast they built that factory. And it's great they're going to produce so many cars, but it's already at 10x of a car company. So if you tell me it's a technology company and you're saying in that factory there are going to be solar panels, it's an energy company, it's a tech company, it's going to be software that's going to outsource to GM and Ford, and then I buy it. Then I see it. But so far, all the rhetoric is not that. So I'm on board if you tell me that all of that stuff is there. So, but that's a thesis where somebody that wants to go along it for the $800 mark, and this is not what we're talking about here. We're talking about levels. So what if it hiccups? So today the market is at all-time high and Tesla is a little red. I think it had a negative write-up from somebody. I mean, there's so many haters there. So I'm just going to see what levels might be in play, given that it's a little bit red here. I'm not calling it a short, although it would make a nice one. This could turn out to be a short of a year, or a decade or something, but it's too early to tell. So we take it one level at a time. So I'm going down to, what am I at here? An hour. So I'll go to 30 minutes. So there's going to be some round numbers here just because of psychology. So the first level of concern would be at 482. If that's lost, maybe they'll tag the 471-ish. It's a zone. This candle probably best describes it. The span of this candle, the zone. If that fails, the next neckline would be the 455, 460 maybe. 455 would be this candle right here. This was an emphatic candle right there. So that's why I drew that box. The range of that candle mattered because look at what happened here at 435 and the breakout gap here. So there's this little gap here, little tiny gap here. Looking at this period of time, this is from December the 16th or so on. The point of control is down at 404. What is a point of control? This is the volume profile statement as to where most of the buying and selling happened. So this is where buyers and sellers have been most active. It's mathematical. It's not my opinion. It's a fact. So if it falls to it, it should be support. I'm not saying it's going there, but it is a neckline too. I mean, look how poignant it is. Let me see if I can do that for you. We're discussing another stock there. Forgot who it was. IBM? I don't know. This zone was a consolidation that served as a base, right? And then they fell back to it, tested it as support. So now it's proven support. And it comes back to it. It should be support. Moreover, it is the point of control. That orange line denotes that it is. So again, the lines that matter to Tesla for me is this one here, this one. I'll repeat the numbers for whoever who's driving here. So those are the zones that matter. Like this candle matters. This definitely matters. Okay, so this would be it for Tesla as far as levels. To repeat them in numerical order is 483-ish. And then the zone between 476 and 468. 461 may play a role. A zone of 455 to 436 is important. And then the actual point of control was a little ledge breakout tested at 405, let's call it round number. But this is a fast mover, so it's not going to gently fall. It's going to probably whoosh for some reason. And the upside levels clearly are new highs will trigger more buying. More people panicking out of it. Literally, I mean, the number I looked at, the short interest was 20% as of December. So now it may have changed because of all the short covering. But this is an emphatic move that I cannot explain from a fundamental basis what's going on. Like sometimes I can say, okay, maybe big money is accumulating. I mean, this is, I have a lot of lines, so this is, let's take them out. This is a very emphatic move that you can't deny, regardless of what you think of the company. I mean, cover the ticker. From a level perspective, this was clearly a big fail. They got back to it. I couldn't believe that they did, but they did. And then they burst from it. So logic says that they should retest it at some point. When, I don't know. Why, I don't know. This could be it. So when a stock rallies this much, from $180 to $500, in a short period of time, clearly, and the last earnings report was a surprise profit, I think. They better deliver nothing short of perfection in the next earnings report. Smart guy, he could do it, but now onus is that, you know what, we have to earn that rally by delivering what we said we might be able to do. So there's a lot of hoopla behind the stock, and now the earnings report might be the next trigger one way or another. He could deliver a second quarter of profit or even a higher delivery rates or whatever, and that'll be a fantastic move for the stock too. So it is a short, but I better do it with finite money. I don't know if you know how shorting works. Most investors should know it. You borrow the stock, you sell it, and if you're right and it falls, then you buy it at a lower price and you return the stock you borrowed. You don't borrow money, you borrow stock. You sell it, you collect the money at $500. If it falls to $400, then you made $100. If it rallies to $600, then you lost $100. Here's the problem. When you buy shares in a company, the maximum you can lose is 100%. Uh-oh. And if you short it, the losses are unlimited. That's why the short squeezes are powerful, because they are at the prospect of losing a limited amount of money. Unless you're George Soros with unlimited bags of money, that is a scary proposition. So while we have you here, so that's it for Tesla. I'm curious to see. Pot stocks are moving today. Okay, nothing. It's a short-term trade. So this is it. If you have any comments, hit me. I mean, I know some people are going to be upset just for me saying 380 or 400, but I mean, I'm talking about a chart, not a company here. The fundamentals are on you.